Hello folks, Everchanger here, and welcome back to more Pokemon Blaze Black 2. Last time we caught a whole bunch of Pokemon because that's what we've been doing for the past couple of episodes. And this time, we are going to be catching just a few more. I'd like to top off my Quickballs here. I think, 27 ought to do it. And I definitely want to stock up on Ultra Balls, although I don't expect to have as much trouble this episode catching Pokemon as I did the last episode. Which is very good, because I think we're all a little bit tired of catching Pokemon, and I can happily say that this will be the last dedicated episode where we will be catching Pokemon for quite a while. But anyway, I'd like to jump right on into it, so I'm going to head back into Victory Road. Alrighty, here we are in this dark cavern. This is directly north of the four-way intersection that we ended the last episode in. There are two Pokemon I want to get in here. One just from normal walking around in the cave, and one from fishing in dark spots. That one I'm really not looking forward to, so let's get right on into it. Also, I think Magnezone still knows Flash, so I'm going to be making ample use of that. Aha, here we go. Here we have Wobbuffet. Now, this thing is one of the most annoying Pokemon on the face of the planet. It cannot attack you directly. All it does is counter you and have other counter-esque moves in its arsenal, and for that, I hate going up against this thing. I do have to say, though, that the fact that female Wobbuffet have lipstick, that's just the most hilarious thing ever. I love that. It desperately tries to keep its black tail hidden. It is said to be proof the tail hides a secret. Very interesting stuff. Alrighty. Now that the easy one is out of the way, we have some fishing to do. I am not looking forward to this. Aha! There we go. That took probably about a half hour to show up, but it actually showed up. Here we have Poliwrath, and wow, it is level 64. Epic number, but a little scary at the same time. Where the Quickball fails, the Duskball succeeds. Very nice. With its extremely tough muscles, it can keep swimming in the Pacific Ocean without resting. Cool. Alrighty, so now that we've gotten Poliwrath out of the way, that was the one I was really scared of for this episode. I'm going to be leaving this particular area of the cave, and I will meet you guys over in the upper cliff side. Yeah, that's what it is. Alrighty, so here we are on the upper cliff side. This is basically the cliff that is accessible from the very top of Victory Road. There are 4 Pokemon I want to get here. I need 2 Pokemon from the normal grass, and 2 from the shaking grass. And the best part about these 2 Pokemon from the shaking grass is they are the last shaking grass Pokemon for a while, and I am very, very excited about that. Aha, here we go. Here we have Primeape, which is, I'd say, probably the least loved out of all the Pokemon Ash has ever owned. I mean, I think probably a good 95% of the fandom doesn't even remember he owned one of these things. Man, it's just gotta be said again, Generation 4 gave us some of the best Pokeballs ever. And I'm just now realizing it's actually 7 PM in the game right now, although I think it's winter, so it does count as nighttime, I think. Either that or I just got really lucky. It grows angry if you see its eyes and gets angrier if you run. If you beat it, it gets even madder. Well, I mean, if it's beaten, it really can't do anything about it. Box 16! Woohoo! Box 16 hype. And here is the other regular grass Pokemon. Here we have Medicham, which I think is a really interesting Pokemon just because it's both psychic and fighting, which I think is a really unique combination, and I can never really be quite sure how to deal with it. And Quickball pulls through once again. Man, I can't say enough how I love these things. It gains the ability to see the aura of its opponents by honing its mind through starvation. Doesn't seem healthy, but I mean, whatever works, right? Alrighty, so now there are 2 more Pokemon I want to get in this area, both of whom through the shaking grass. Hopefully these go quick, because Poliwrath took quite a while. Wow, that was actually pretty quick. Here we have Nidoqueen, which is the final evolved form of female Nidoran. You can probably imagine what the other Pokemon I'm going to be going for in this area is going to be, but we'll keep that at least a little bit of a mystery going forth. Critical Capture Quickball. Really not much you can do against that. Nice. Its entire body is armored with hard scales. It will protect the young in its burrow with its life. Awesome. Alrighty, now that we have Nidoqueen, let's go after the last Pokemon I want to grab in this area. Aha, here we are. Here we have Neato King. Is it really any surprise this was the other Pokemon? Probably not. Alrighty, I've been at this for quite a while actually, so let's just move right on into catching it. And there we go, Nidoking was caught. I couldn't paralyze it because it is part ground type, but that actually went pretty quick. One swing of its mighty tail can snap a telephone pole as if it were a matchstick. Very nice. Alrighty. Now, the next area I want to head to in Victory Road really doesn't have anything special about it. It's not a cliffside, it's not a forest, it's not a ruin, it's not dark, it's not a 4-way intersection, it's just sort of there. So I'll just meet you there, and the layout should tell you where I am. Aha, I found it. I hate to admit it, but I did get a little bit lost trying to find this area. It's a little out of the way. It's very vertically laid out, so I feel like that can be very helpful in telling where exactly you are. I personally like to call this room the Dragon Room. And depending on what shows up first, that will explain why it has that name. So let's see what we can find. Aha, there we go, right there, right off the bat. Here we have Fracture, which is, whoop-de-doo, a dragon. This is the evolved form of Axew, and let's not accidentally click the run button, sheesh. And let's catch it. And there we go, Fracture was caught. That is the first of 5 Pokemon I want to catch in this area. None of them in Dust Clouds. I am excited about that. A broken tusk will not grow back, so it diligently sharpens its tusks on river rocks after the end of a battle. Alrighty. 1 down, 4 to go. Although some of them aren't actually dragons, so good thing Fracture showed up. It served well for my segue. Aha, there we go. Here we have Magmar. Kinda crazy, we caught Magby way back in the Verbank complex if I remember correctly. So it's kind of funny how we had to wait all the way until now before finding its evolution. And there we go, Quickball pulls through again. The scorching fire exhaled by Magmar forms heat waves around its body, making it hard to see the Pokémon clearly. Very nice. And I think it would be criminal of me not to mention it. This thing's a total butthead. Ay ay ay. I don't know who first noticed that, but I can't unsee it. Aha, here we go. Here we have Shelgon. I am quite surprised at how long it took for this thing to show up. It's got a 10% encounter rate, I don't know what's up with it. Anyway, evolved form of Bagon, which once again we caught a long time ago. Probably around episode 3 or 4 actually. Anyhow, let's catch it. Once again, the Quickball delivers. I know I sound like a broken record at this point, but you know what's not broken? Quickballs. Man, I sound like a really corny infomercial. Within its rugged shell, its cells have begun changing. The shell peels off the instant it evolves. Very nice. Now, I think the evolution of Shelgon is one Pokemon we cannot actually find in the wild, which means we are going to have to do some evolving later on in the series. For now, though, more catching. And here we have Bach, which is one of the original 151. This is the evolved form of Ekans, or Ekans, or however you pronounce it. I'm honestly not sure at this point. And once again, a very quick capture. Very good. The pattern on its belly is for intimidation. It constricts foes while they are frozen in fear. One interesting thing about that pattern is some Pokédex entries in this series state that it changes depending on what region you're in. Which it does if you look closely at some of Arbok's sprites. However, the Pokédex also says the same thing about the pattern on Mantyke's back, and that never changes at all. Really not sure what's up with that. Aha, there it is, finally. That took quite a while. Not as long as you might think, though. I actually stopped recording in between the last cut and this one, so this didn't actually take like 12 hours. Anyway, let's try and catch it. Where the Quickball fails, the Duskball usually pulls through. Electabuzz was caught. Research is progressing on storing lightning in Electabuzz so this energy can be used at any time. Interesting, although I have a feeling some of the X-Team Plasma folks might be a little upset about that. Anyway, there is one more Pokemon I want to catch in this episode, and it is in the uppermost cave of Victory Road, and as you may notice, it is now springtime in our game, because this is the first clip I am recording in May. Not really too big of a deal, actually, but it's worth noting. Alrighty, here in this uppermost cave, there is one Pokemon I want to catch, and it has a 10% encounter rate, so hopefully we won't be here too terribly long. Aha, here it is, right on schedule. That was probably less than 2 minutes. Here we have Hariyama, which is the evolved form of Makuhita, which we already own, meaning this will complete yet another evolutionary line. Now that is a fantastic way to end the episode. Critical capture in a Quickball. Very good. It loves to match power with big-bodied Pokémon. It can knock a truck flying with its arm thrusts. Very nice, considering it is the arm thrust Pokémon. Anyway, now that we have done that, I am going to head back to the Pokémon League and heal, which I'm probably not going to cut for because it's literally right here. Now, with the capture of Hariyama, we have 470 Pokémon under our belt, which is a very nice and respectable number, don't get me wrong. But I was really, really hoping we could get to 500 before beating the game. Now, a lot of you are probably thinking, oh, come on, 2 or 3 more episodes of just going around catching Pokémon? Well, no. I do have a bit of a solution for this. I went through and looked at all the Pokémon I could possibly evolve using items, not doing any battling, just using items on them. And magically enough, I came up with exactly 30. So in between episodes, I am going to be getting things ready, and then we are going to be doing a bit of evolving next episode. Plus, this way it bumps the finale back so it doesn't land on Friday the 13th. I'm not the biggest superstitious guy, but you gotta admit, that's gotta be some work of the stars. But anyway, this past episode of Pokemon Blaze Black 2, we caught a dozen Pokemon. Those being Wobbuffet, Poliwrath, Medicham, Primeape, Nidoqueen, Nidoking, Fracture, Shelgon, Electabuzz, Magmar, Bach, and Hariyama. And next time on Pokemon Blaze Black 2, we are going to be doing some evolving for the ages and getting to 500 Pokemon. So without further ado, thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys next time.